Good power at the top of that lineup with 5 home runs. And that one is hit up. Talon Edwards tries to find it, does so, gloves it with the backhand, and one away in the top of the first. Let's take a look at the defense for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. Around the bags, Talon Edwards, Kenny Gajewski, I need something from you. I'm not getting from you what I need. What I want to put you in the lineup. As that one is hit sharply, Rosie Davis elevates, makes the catch, and 2 away. Filled by 5 to 10 feet. It was not a problem. As you said, she was hitting bombs. And they miss on the edge there, so she doesn't get a chance to hit a bomb, but she does draw the walk. The 11th issued on the season for Riley Crandall.
And that
got to be careful, going to end up flying into a pitch. Here's the 3-0, and that one misses for ball 4. So 2 very quick outs, and now 2 walks issued, gives the shot. So 2-1, big pitch, big at bat here at the top of the first. And that one gets by Hassler, went out of her glove, and it was a ball. So it's 3-1, and the runners will advance to second and third.
just a huge moment for her defense to pick her up.
No doubt, and that one is hit sharply into center field. It's a hard hit ball. It's off the wall. 2 will score, and that's a double. A 2-run RBI double for Epperson, and that's how big that play was. Not getting the catch at foul territory. That one was hit hard over Megadio's head. Cheese couldn't get back on time.
Yeah, this pitch from Crandall right over the heart of the plate, and Epperson taking it exactly where it needed to go, right back up the middle of the field. Great swing by Epperson to give her team 2 runs on this with 2 outs. You never want to let anything close go by. You never want to leave it up to the umpire, especially earlier in the game. So I love the way she's just fighting off these pitches.
That time she came up empty, full. So the first strikeout of the ballgame for Riley Crandall.
Country.
Bar none, the best dirt in the country as Edwards hits that one, good piece into center field, and she's got a single to get the Cowgirls on board. Let's take a look at the defense here real quickly. Rosie Davis, the second baseman, slides in there, chops that one to third. They'll try to turn 2. Edwards stays high, and so Rosie Davis will reach on a fielder's choice. Still got a runner at first, and 1 out right here. I thought there's a big swing, cut, and Rosie will get to underneath the tag barely, so she is in there in scoring position. But a strikeout on Hassler.
Doubles, I think she's starting to see the ball well, and a good opportunity to get a run back.
And that may be it right there. Is that one just fair over the bag? 1 will score, and Godwin is in there with a stand-up double and the RBI. The Cowgirls cut that deficit in half. Hit Wichita State 2-1. As that one is hit to the first baseman, backhanded by Compton, and Compton steps on the bag. So the Cowgirls don't get that tying run, but they do cut the lead in half. It's 2-1 here at Stillwater. This is Big 12 on ES. Already here, just 2 innings, and that one's going to be in there for a single. Great bit of inning right there for Levonic, the designated player.
Now, Wichita State has been very disciplined so far.
Runners on already here in both innings. And that one's going to be hit. Cheese is going to get back and then come up underneath it, and not enough space for Levonic to be able to. And Carly Godwin really trying to shield her eyes over there. And there's a ball taken by Rosie Davis. Flips it with a glove. Doesn't even touch it. Turned by Bloodworth to Godwin. And the Cowgirls turn the double play.
Times throughout the season when things get hard and things don't look good.
And there, excuse me, I was just going to say that may have been one of the reasons right there, right? Michaela Wark, you talked about her power. If they can get their power hittings going, added to a little bit of hitting. My show told me he is the most transparent coach I've ever been around. As that one is hit, and getting back in time is Graff, not to get doubled up. The second baseman was not there in time. So 1 gone. And what did they end up doing? They got together and did what?
They played wiffle ball. Yeah, they all played wiffle ball out in the outfield yesterday just to loosen it up a little bit.
That one lifted over the second baseman. Slotchek couldn't get that one, and now the Cowgirls have runners on the corners, and a good bit of hitting there by Megan Delgadillo.
She's been so good this year, has 8 home runs, so a lot of power in that 9-hole, but I do think she comes up in a lot of good high-pressure situations, so I guess it's paying off, and sometimes hitters just do better at certain spots in the...
To Bloodworth. Both teams have had base runners, and the Cowgirls have them loaded up. Now, one of the stats that have not been... You got mine. So they had to start the order all over again because hers was cold and she wasn't having any part of it. I love that story. How many talents are there in the program? That one is hit to second. They tried to get the force at home, won't work, so they'll flip the first. And the RBI for Talon Edwards as the runner will score from third. 2 out, but the Cowgirls still have... That one is hit in the gap, and it's going to get to the wall. It'll score 1, it'll score 2. It's a 2 RBI double for the second baseman, Rosie Davis, and the Cowgirls have their first lead of the ballgame. Cowgirls will put up 3 to take the lead and still have a runner in scoring position. This being done with 2 outs. And that one is going to be hit to the second baseman there. Hassler will ground out to Slotchek, and that'll end it. But the Cowgirls able to put 3 on the board and take the lead for the first time here in... By the way, she and her wife just welcomed their 3rd child into their family. Congratulations there, as that is a bunt and an out. Wow, nice play right there as Ellie Eck. Financial advantages that maybe other programs don't have even in the region. It's going to be a very interesting time as there's a good AB for Lauren Lucas, the right fielder who follows up that line out shot to Ruby. She got an even count of 2-2 here with 1 gone, 1 on. That one is hit into left and making the catch in time for the Cowgirls.
I don't want to pick on any of them, but they're all extremely fast and super athletic.
And there goes the runner. Lucas goes, but the strikeout recorded first, and we are done. It's interesting, too. You said the other day as that one is hit right back up the middle. That's so hard hit that they almost could have thrown it to first, but that's a great job by Carly Godwin. You said hitting is mental. It is so mental, and it is so mental, and it's when you start pressing and you...
Yeah, and I think it's interesting just to kind of look into what works for each player.
As Lexi McDonald lays down a beautiful bunt, the sack bunt moves. Godwin to second, and the Cowgirls have a runner in scoring position, and Lexi really laid that down. More energy for the Cowgirls here in the midweek than they had maybe in the Sunday game against Iowa State. There's ball 4. Runners at first, second pitch. And it is too tall, and they throw the ball into left field. But the Cowgirls not able to advance as Eck able to track it down, backs it up pretty well. So the count 2-0. Runners now at second. Name Big 12 players of the week as that one is hit into left field, and the Cowgirls will not be able to tag up. That is caught by Eck, and that's out number 2. 2-2. That one's hits the bag. It bounces over the bag. 1 run will score. The Cowgirls will turn the corner, and they will score 2, and everybody's safe, and 2 more on the board for Oklahoma State. That hit the bag, and that took a... So we take a look at this one.
Yeah, and that's another big swing with 2 outs and runners on. Just Megan Bloodworth continuing to get it done. She had an amazing series last weekend against Iowa State, and just coming up in the 9-hole with runners on base, high pressure situation, swinging the bat so well, and just coming through for her team consistently.
Absolutely. Now hitting north of 500, and a passed pitch. They're going to call it a wild pitch? Pass pitch. What you call it? Pass ball, maybe? I'm not sure how they're going to record it. I got to be honest, I was looking away. Much of their production today has come with 2 outs, so the timely hitting has been much better today for Oklahoma State. As that one is hit into center field, and that will bring the timely hitting to an end. But
unfortunate that Crandall had that injury and was out, because that made Ruby Malin take the bulk share of the innings over the course of the season so far, but she's pitching great tonight, only giving up 2 hits.
Abby Scott, who struck out her first time, and laces that one into right field, and the Cowgirls have Lexi McDonald back in right, and that'll be a double, so that's a good piece right there for Scott as she was able to push that pass. Spun it into left field and falls in there safely. Does it again. This time Bloodworth back, and she calls everybody off. And Bloodworth spotted it, and she
standout hitter for Wichita State over the course of her career.
Absolutely, as that one is going to be popped up though, and Talon Edwards calls everyone off there. And the Cowgirls are done on the defensive side in the 4th. We go to the bottom. Bit of a stretch right now for Oklahoma State. As Rosie pops that one up to Nelson at 3rd for out number 1. But still possible. Still got the number 1 team in the country. Where do you think we're going to go? Where do we want to go? What would be a good warm destination or something fun? As that one is hit deep, the bat is tossed, and the ball has left the yard. Amanda Hassler sound the horn. The Cowgirls put one out of the yard. It is 8-2 in Stillwater, and Hassler threw that bat as soon as she made contact. She knew it was gone.
Hassler off the bat, knew this was a home run. This pitch from Barber right over the heart of the plate. It's exactly what she's looking for. Love the little bat flip and just so much power in her swing. I love how hard she swings the bat every time she
run rule in the championship of the Super to get there, and the Cowgirls have just smoked another one. A line one. Sound the horn. Back-to-back home runs. The Cowgirls put another one on the board. And she dances across as number 5 felt good for Carly Godwin. And let's take another look at this one.
Yeah, Carly Godwin really seeing the ball well now. She opens up on this inside pitch, and that ball went over the top floor of that deck out there in about 2 seconds. Just a line drive shot. Absolutely squared that pitch.
With runners on 4 of 12, in scoring position 4 of 10, and with 2 outs 3 of 6, all winning numbers for Oklahoma State as that one is hit, and she got underneath it, and Hood was able to get underneath it as well. Let's get on the bags right here. As you said, one more run puts you in that territory for the extra, as that one is hit off the end of the bat, and Solacek makes the flip. So the Cowgirls,
she's letting at-bats get away from her and just giving up a lot of walks like we see there. Just Katie Coots needs to come in, spin her stuff, keep it on the corners of the plate, but definitely keep the ball.
They being Wichita State, that one is hit. Rosie Davis back. Rosie Davis turns her glove, makes the catch, and Cheese was there just in case. Good job. Coots steps on the rubber, and here we go. Ball 4. That's the second walk issued by Coots. She had the pop out and a couple of walks, so runners at first and second here. Of course, as Ruby Malin is up in the bullpen. That one is hit right side. Carly Godwin in chase. And we can't see that, but I'm guessing she caught it based on the cheers, and she did. So that's a good pitch there for Katie. This thing kind of hit the skids. It was moving along quickly, and then we went to the rule book for about 15 minutes. It slowed down a little bit, and there's a good pitch. That was a devastating pitch right there.
It's very good when she throws her cutter, which is a curveball with some drop to it. I think she went back to that cutter again to get the strikeout. That pitch is so effective and deceptive to right-handed hitter. Thank you. I'm excited to see if any of the seniors on the Oklahoma State or Wichita State squad will maybe get drafted by the Athletes Unlimited or maybe go play for Spark or any of the other awesome teams out there.
Absolutely. Just got to continue to grow. Here's the pitch. Lays down the beautiful bunt. That will move the runner, and everybody is safe as they could not hang on to it. Slawcheck had it in her glove, the second baseman covering, and she just couldn't squeeze it and pull it in there. position, and this part of the lineup's coming up. It's so productive as the Cowgirls swipe third, and the ball's on the ground, and Morsip started to take off again, and then you saw Hood try to tag her, but she didn't have the ball. But the production is so in the bottom of the order. It doesn't matter 1 year in one game, so she's played them all. But Kenny Gajewski is not afraid to gamble in these situations as Bloodworth gets the walk, but he's not afraid to put down one and try to get a squeeze play going here too. Smile, she is looking to come home and score and finish it right here. 2-1. Edwards hits it. That's going to end it. That's going to go to the wall, and that's going to score a couple of runs, and that is a walk-off for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls as they will officially have a 10-2 win against Wichita State. Wichita State understands today didn't mean much. They're going to Tulsa. For Oklahoma State, they have been struggling. That emotion that you're seeing right there, that's what they are missing as well, and that's good for them going into the weekend.
I think this game did mean a lot more to Oklahoma State. Just coming back off of the series loss versus Iowa State, they were very disappointed in the way they showed up last weekend, and today was all about bringing the fun back for them and bringing that energy back to the dugout, and you could see it paying off on the field. Their bats were alive all night. Pitching did very well, leaving up 3 hits tonight. Defense was solid on both sides. So just a great all-around performance for Oklahoma State.
Cowgirls left the yard, had back-to